My name is Matt Lewis. I'm Engagement Manager at Paignton Zoo. This is Jo Clark. She's an Education Officer at Paignton Zoo as well. We're also
Engagement Manager.
Sorry.
There's no education anymore.
Oh, you're right. There's no more education. We work at Paignton Zoo, but we're also involved with the team at Newquay Zoo as well. And we're here to talk about 2 years of winging it. Mostly we called it that because we don't know what we're doing, but we've had, I think I've probably had as much fun producing the video content over the last couple of years as I've had in the sort of 20 years I've been involved in conservation education. So for us, it's been a lot of fun doing the videos that we do that go out on social media and on YouTube. So we want to talk about them today. So just very briefly, it all started during COVID. When I came back from the COVID closures, I was on my own. Jo was on maternity leave, and we were closed at first. And then as we reopened, I was very nervous just about my job and how we were going to have any impact in our role when we were struggling to talk to people. So we started putting out presenter talks, just brief ones on Facebook. They seemed to go down well. And then we came up with the idea of doing School from the Zoo, which was lessons that would go online. And with the first post from School from the Zoo, we had a really good reception and a really good reaction from the audience on the first one. And since then, as formats have worked, or maybe as they've declined, we've tried launching other formats as well. So we've now sort of diversified, and things like School from the Zoo have gone. But we now have tried Mini Discovery, which was a series aimed at preschoolers that Jo did. We're still doing. We've done Creature Features, which is just short, informal films about certain animals. But also we've been trying Zoo Insider, which is behind-the-scenes looks, a podcast on careers, which is aimed at engaging teenagers and school leavers. And most recently, we're having fun with doing challenges and investigating aspects. So we've got a short film, but basically, we think it's a really good way to engage with new and existing audiences, so we wanted to just chat about it today. So we've got to play the film if it will work, but if it doesn't...
After this year, we have been delving into the world of venom and poison.
All the poison dust on here is about the size of a chicken.
Both new and old.
Well, hi there, welcome to Paignton Zoo. My name's Matt, and you're joining me today here in our Crocodile Swamps exhibit.
So our activity today is making dinosaur fossils out of salt dough. So what you're going to need for this is you're going to need salt, you're going to need flour, you're going to need boiling water, so make sure you've got it out around, powder, sugar, milk and butter in a pan. Give that a good boil.
Thank you so much. I can see it about to go on this. So, right, we can through. Oh.
So that's just to give you a bit of a montage of the kind of things that we've been doing over the last 2 years. So the whole point with this talk is we wanted to say what has worked for us, what hasn't worked for us, the lessons we've learned. So starting with what worked, we've definitely found that the timing of the video is often the most important thing. So School from the Zoo, that original post that we put out around School from the Zoo had a 3 million reach on Facebook. That was well timed, it was locked down, people were bored, they wanted something to do. Put out a video at Christmas with Santa reading A Christmas Story, unsurprisingly it does quite well. Put up a video about Sicilians, which no one knows what they are, at Halloween. Again, it does quite well. So making sure that you're hitting the right times, the right themes has done well. The other ones that we've found is if you have got a particular question or a particular challenge. So our best performing on Facebook is us cracking an ostrich egg, which has got around 6.2 thousand views on Facebook. I can't remember how many it has on YouTube, but we purposely did that one as a challenge, saying, you know, we've got this giant ostrich egg. Let's crack it and see what happens. We didn't know what was going to happen, and so it was very much people investigating with us alongside the video.
Yeah, we've had, for all our planning and all that we think know what's going to work. We've got a few random outliers, which is why we mentioned it here. There's always videos that seem to do well when you don't expect them. So Agouti just recently did very well, and strangely did much better on YouTube than it did on Facebook. Okay, don't know why, but maybe people are searching for Agouti on YouTube, just looking, actually use it as a search engine. I suspect if you've got Capybara, it might do the same at the minute. But Agouti was one random outlier. Giant Tortoise did brilliantly on Facebook, not so well on YouTube. So one of our best watched videos on Facebook. And we're finding in particular that the sort of presenting style that we do is sometimes involved in when the videos are going well. So when Joe and I did the cracking an ostrich egg, we had a lot of fun filming it. I think that comes across in the video, and we got a really good reaction from it. But also, if I'm filming with Stu, who's a giraffe keeper in the photo there, then I'm quite relaxed with him. It's a nice time to video with him, and I think it comes across. So we've been trying a lot of videos where we're two up. So us chatting to a keeper, us chatting to each other, or Joe chatting to Kay on the most recent mini discovery. Next slide. Oh, 5 minutes left. Cool. Right.
Speed, Matt.
This is me, isn't it? Okay, which is what didn't work is me on video. What didn't work is me being over serious or over sincere. So we tried doing some proper behaviour change videos. In particular, this one on wet wipes didn't work, partly because we filmed it on a really grey day. And I can remember walking away from the beach with Ollie and saying, didn't even look good today. I don't know, it's not going to look like you want to save it. The sea was just looking like a grey day. Okay? But also, you know what, is if we just taken the clip that you can see and we just used that on TikTok, it would have had way more impact. That just that short, kind of well-filmed shot about the wet wipes breaking down, or not breaking down, it explains everything that I bored people with in the video. Okay, and that one, it looked like it was doing okay. We said views versus retention because this looked like it had 2,000 views on Facebook relatively quickly, but everybody turned off really quickly, okay, from it. So within seconds they were turning off of it. So they missed the important bit, which would have been that graphic on the right. Over to you.
And then what didn't work for me? I've got meddling on there because we put a video out at Zoo Inside about what happened. We closed for 2 weeks in January last year to allow us to do certain work. Part of that work was removing the beloved train. Now, we hadn't said we were removing the beloved train, so Traingate happened. And me and Ollie spent an entire day filming the removal of the train, and then it took 3 weeks for us to get a video out because it even went to the trustees to approve this video, and in the end we had to remove any reference to the train. So that was an infuriating thing because me and Ollie had it all planned, we knew exactly what we were doing, and then we were delayed on it. We've also had marketing saying that they want to approve every video before they release it. Thankfully we managed to sidestep that one, and so now we do work a lot closer with them anyway because they are within our team now. So do be aware if you want to do this that you may get people, well-intentioned people, who try and meddle. And also being too rushed. When we first started doing these, we had all the time in the world because we didn't have school groups on site. Now we've started back with school groups and everything else. Quite often we're rushing videos. This, I hated filming it, it was rubbish. I wrote it in 5 minutes and it shows in the video. And it is one of our lowest performing because I wasn't as involved in it, I wasn't as engaged in it as I should have been. So don't be too rushed because it won't produce a good video at the end.
In terms of setup and kit, we're operating on a budget, a slightly better budget now than when we started because basically management have seen that we're having some impact and so we are allowed to spend some money. But for all of you, if you're doing any recording at home, we found, back at your collections, we found that one of the best things for sound deadening, for lowering the ping in the room, is CITES furs. So anything like cheetah skins, tiger skins, or anything like that gets laid out around our room. Now we're using blankets more, but they are very good. Ollie, our video guy, was keen to point out that sound quality is an issue. So we use a lot of lav mics now that COVID's gone away magically. We use lav mics to try and basically improve the sound when we're outdoors. If we're doing the podcast and we've got lovely, I'm going to speak really quickly. We've got lovely condenser mics. Okay, and we bought a rig, like a scaffolding that goes across the top of the set that allows us not only to light it properly but also to do top-down filming, which you saw in Mini Discovery. One goof up was Ollie has an auto cue. I just can't use it. It comes across as me being really forced. We don't use it very much.
No.
There we go.
I'll whip through analytics just just so you get an idea. So we use Facebook and YouTube as the main places that we put our videos. This is what analytics will look like on Facebook. That's all the analytics that you are able to get off Facebook. So it gives you some fantastic things. They will rank your videos so you can see which ones are performing well, which ones aren't. YouTube, this is the kind of stuff you can get from that. So that's the best performing video on YouTube, which is not one of ours, it's one of Ollie's, but it has 25,000 views. It's about how starfish move. He just hit the right question with that one. You can see your watch time. This massive drop in our watch time there is because we didn't produce a podcast that month, and so we lost our minutes viewed, which affects monetization. If you are looking at monetization with videos, you need a certain level of watch time, so we got told off by Ollie that month. You also then get audience retention analytics. Now these graphs will look bad, but as Adam pointed out, everyone has an 8-second concentration period. So actually this is a standard graph for audience retention. So this is what it looks like on Facebook. On YouTube you'll get something like this. So the one on the left is a good retention. So a typical retention is that you will still have 50% of viewers after 30 seconds. That's a typical retention on YouTube. This is the wet wipes video, which had a 35% retention after 30 seconds, and as you can see,
that was my mum watching.
Okay, so just very quickly, in terms of our future plans for this, we do want to carry on doing weekly content. We decided that that is what we wanted to do, that we were going to carry on even though COVID has magically gone away. So we are continuing with that. As you saw at the video at the beginning, we've started bringing more people on board now. So all of our rangers are involved in it. Our team at Newquay and Paignton are involved in it. We've even had some of the marketing team do voiceovers as well. So we're trying to bring more people on board. We are venturing into Reels and TikTok, but that is mostly the marketing team at the moment. So we have just launched TikTok, and then it means that Ollie is now able to look at more long form content because he loves it and he wants to do 10-minute videos on anything and everything. And with the podcast, we've done careers, but we've been mixing it up now. I'm going to just very quickly do our magic tips.
Magic tip, which was get on with it early. But as presenters, we tend to introduce ourselves and to explain and build things up. But Ollie says just basically get to the meat, but get on with it, get on with the interesting bit of the video soon, and then explain yourself.
Yeah, mine is don't be a slave to the script. Write yourself a script, but if you read that script on the video, it will come across as you reading a script, even if you are the most performing of people in the world. So don't be a slave to it. Write the script so it's in your head, but then say it in your own words.
And Ollie said, people will turn off for bad audio, they'll forgive you for bad video. So basically quality audio. And our final tip is that none of this would be possible without Ollie. So everybody needs an Ollie in there. Because we didn't put that video together at the beginning. Thank you very much.